Hey guys, welcome. We're doing standard deviation. So this is, I believe I called it the variation within a data set. So we've talked about the central tendencies, like the middle of our data set. Now we're talking about how much the data set varies from one point to the next. And what we use is called a standard deviation. And so we want to see how far each data set is different from the average, okay, or the mean. So I want to say how far away is a number from what the mean is. Okay, so we have 5 steps to do this. This is going to be crucial. This is all we're talking about is these 5 steps for standard deviation. We are going to have a quiz tomorrow, so make sure you're ready. So here we go. First thing, step 1 is going to find the mean. So make sure you write all this stuff out. So the mean is we just got to add them all up. So we're going to do 2 plus 10 plus 4 plus 8 plus 6 and plus 14. All right, get all those up and divide by the amount that we have. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add those up on my calculator. 2 plus 10 plus 4 plus 8 plus 6 plus 14. Very important to have a calculator today. If you don't, use your phone. So I got 44 over 6. So we're going to go ahead and divide that by 44 over 6. And I get about 7.3. And I'm okay with that, 7.3. Alright, so there's my mean. So that's my average, right? So 7.3 is my average. My question is, how far do each of our points differ from the mean? Okay, now I don't care if they're below or above it, I just care how far apart they are. So we go to step 2. We're going to find the distance between the mean and each number. Okay, so we're going to do 7.3 minus 2, 7.3 minus 10, 7.3 minus 4, 7.3 minus 8, 7.3 minus 6, and 7.3 minus 14. Okay, and we want to know what each of these are. So we'll just do that. There we go. 7.3 minus 2. Now, again, you're going to need the calculator here. I can put these in my calculator. A lot of these I know. This is just going to be 5.3. If it's smaller, just subtract the whole numbers. If this number is bigger, it's going to be a negative. And then this is going to actually find the difference would be, well, 7 away from 10 is going to be 3. And then we got to take 0.3 from 3, so we get 2.7. So that's how we do that. This one's smaller, so again, this one's even. That's nice and easy. This one's larger, it's going to be 0.7 but negative. And then this one we're going to go ahead and get negative, or positive, sorry, 1.3. And then over here we're going to get 7 from that is 14, then you got to take it, so that's 6.7, and that's negative. Okay, now the negatives don't really matter to me that much, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to square it. The reason why I'm going to square it is I don't want to deal with negative numbers. And if I square something, then anything squared is positive. Okay, this is where I really need the calculator. So I'm going to do 5.3 and then I'm going to square it. Okay, so again, if you don't know what I'm doing in my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing this right here. 5.3 squared, I'm doing the square of the answer, so I get 2809. Okay, so 28, I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. 2.7 squared, I don't need to even put the negative. This is going to be 7.3. Alright, 3.3 squared is going to be 10.9. Again, I highly recommend that you're doing this in your calculator as well. 0.7 squared, yep, school's out. 0.7 squared is going to be 0.5. 1.3 squared is going to be 1.7. And 6.7 squared is going to be 44.9. Okay? So that's step 3. So step 1, mean. Step 2, find the difference between each data point and in the mean. Step 3, square it. Step 4, sum it. So now we got to add up all these. So 44.9, and I'm just going to add them all. Again, I have my calculator right here. So that's why I'm looking down. You can see me in my video. I'm like, what's up? I'm just adding all these up, just having the best time of my life. I'd be like, what is going on with these numbers? Okay, I added them all up. You can see them right there. Boom. I'm going to hit enter. Boom. It gives me a decimal. That's not, or a fraction. So we get, boom, 93.4. Alright, so 93.4 is what I get when I sum it. The last step, I take the square root of that. So I'm going to take 93.4 and I take the square root. Okay? Boom. Just like that. So I have it in my calculator already, 93.4. Take the square root of 93.4. Boom. Just like that. Hit enter. And I get 9.6. Okay, 9.6 is we call it our standard deviation. A lot of times we might use it and denote it as SD, standard deviation, not standard definition, but standard deviation. Okay, so this says about roughly how much we're going to vary. We'll talk about this more in class, but we need to know these 5 steps in order to see how they work, okay? Alright, that's all for me. Farewell. We'll see you again.